Try to sneak a drink in real quick and you choke on it. It sucks. Hey, I'm Black Dragon, and welcome to Black Dragon Biker News Network, biker news you can trust. And as always, I'd like to thank you all for tuning in from wherever it is in the world that you happen to be. Good morning, Black Sabbath Biker TV family. It's good to see you all on this morning. Thank you, Ragnar. Anyway, man, for those of you just tuning in for the first time, we do biker news every day. And we have content on every day. Every day. We try to take Saturday off, but it doesn't often happen. So if you're not getting our notifications, this is a thing that YouTube does, decides that it won't notify you or whatever. Every morning, sometime around 10ish, is going to be a news segment and maybe a op-ed or something like that. And then, of course, sometime in the afternoon, we're doing a MC protocol or lifestyle or travel section. So we're on every day. Getting into this hurts. This hurts everybody involved. And the funny thing is, I told you guys about this. I told you guys about this a few days ago when I did the video called Sexual Predators in the MC. And the idea that prospects might have to do something to become members, or people get sexually harassed or whatever the case may be. And Gio the Great, pops in with something that we hear all the time. There's no sexual harassment in the MC, LOL. And, it used to be a joking matter. It's not a joking matter anymore. The Me Too movement is real. And it has taken down some of the most powerful men in the world. The whole good old boy system, people are tired of that SHIT. It's taken down some of the most prominent men in the world. And it's going to continue. Motorcycle clubs are not going to be exempt. This idea that you can treat people how you want, or that women are these gullible groupies that just are dying to get it. We used to be able to do that in motorcycle clubs. We used to be able to do that. They used to pull black men over in cars, and you be walking down the street and somebody say, "Come here, boy." Say, "Come here, boy," to a full grown ass black man today. There's a whole lot we used to do. There's a whole lot that was okay at one time. It was never okay. There just wasn't shit the victims could do about it. Those days are becoming few and far between. It's happening in motorcycle clubs too. I know a lot of traditional motorcycle clubs that absolutely will not allow women to participate. Because when men and women participate in clubs, there are troubles that come up that don't come up when they are apart. Just that it's human nature. So if you're going to have women in your club, if you're going to be a co-ed club or a club like mine that has a full functioning hardcore women's auxiliary, we've got 3 or 4 women's elements in our clubs. We've got the auxiliary, we've got the goddesses, and we've got the Sisters of the Cross. And then we have female support clubs called social clubs. So we get several of them attached to my motorcycle club nation. So there are women in the club. They're around the club. They're within the walls. You can do cute things. They don't get to vote. That don't mean they ain't got a voice. Especially when they have these social media platforms. And you can drown out their voice. But, it's hard to drown anybody these days. Brother Goose says it's a real chitty feeling when a young lady comes to you crying because the president just grabbed a handful and tells her the only way to be around is to be with a full patch brother. That's effed up. It is effed up. Chris VK says ignorance was accepted back in the day. Now there's no excuse. Now it's F around and find out mentality. So Jay says in his chapter, the VP of his motorcycle club is female. Our number 2 with strong work ethic for the club and influence. Things are, you might not see a female VP in a top 5 1% club anytime soon. But things are moving. And women are gaining influence, especially hardworking people, hardworking women that are out riding the men, have newer motorcycles than the men, putting more miles on the ground than the men, and stepping up in the MC to do things that the men won't do. I know many, many, many co-ed MCs, especially here in Atlanta. And them sisters participate, bro. Now, social clubs is not a thing you'll see on the white biker set. Yet. Doesn't exist. White bikers on the white biker setters. What is he talking about? What the hell is he? You don't know yet. I'm writing a book, my newest book called The Social Club Bible. And you guys that want to know about it will be able to read about it in the Social Club Bible, which should be out in about a month or so. Maybe 2. Which, by the way, I'm looking for social club members to hit me up, presidents, whatever. Hit me up at blackdragon@blacksabbathmc.com, blackdragon@blacksabbathmc.com. to tell me some things you might want covered in the Social Club Bible. Just thought I would take a shameless second there to plug that. So in this case, we have a ex-female member of a pretty famous Atlanta co-ed motorcycle club. And, you know, I get a call from one of my club brothers, and boy, is he pissed. Have you seen this? Have you seen this? That's going on. What's up, Ride Fit Nation? Have you seen this? This woman, she cut her colors off on Facebook. She's against all MC protocol. Why haven't you talked about this? Well, I didn't know. Who are you talking about? They don't tell me everything. And so I went over to her page. It seems that she and I have actually talked before. And man, it happens when you're a little cutie. She's a cutie. She is a cutie, a little thick thing with the braids and stuff. I guess they're braids. I don't think they're dreads. A little cutie with big eyes. You know, the kind you want to holler at. A lot of times we mistake a big butt and a smile. Like it's your right to have a big butt and a smile. It's your right to be cute. It's your right to be fine. It's your right to be gorgeous. I know I'd be trying to get my pointed beard on. Make sure it's nice and white. I want to be looking good. It would absolutely suck if my beauty was also my curse, a bane and a curse. And a magnet to attract the lustful desires of every creep out there. I don't know how they put up with it. I really don't. I would imagine a woman would want to have a sign on her, leave me the F alone. Just because this ass is fat don't mean you can get some. I need to make that t-shirt. Sometimes, as a guy in a privileged organization, see, this is a rock star place, and then the motorcycle club, we are the rock stars. We are the champions. This is our SHIT. We are the kings here. And everybody exists on the biker set to please us. You ever see a civilian dude walk into a bike club event with like his girl? He's looking around because all the dudes are looking at him like, I wish you would step out of line, bro. Even 1 second, you will get handled in here. We're the kings here. But you have to, if you're a king, I know this is going to mess some of you cats up. When you're a king, you have to lord over your subjects with fairness, humility, kindness. Every king that has not has suffered a rebellion, many of which those kings cannot recover from. These women of today, they're letting you know, me too. It ain't fixing to go down like that. You're not fixing to put your effing hands on me. You ain't beating me. You ain't raping me. You ain't sexually mishandling me. I ain't your effing groupie. I can want this motorcycle club life. I can want to be a part of it without having your lust and distasteful advances thrust upon me and your hands put on me, and there ain't a damn thing I can do about it. And the clubs are responsible. Peace and blessings and respect, Black Dragon. Chivalry is not dead. It's sad how the media portrays bikers as low lives, drug addicts, and sexual deviants. Not respectful, stand up, no nonsense men. I think many of us are. But we keep allowing within our midst brothers who are not. And we keep making excuses for them so we can be cool. Oh, man. I tell my bros, do not lie on me and not tell me. Okay, I know that's wrong. That's wrong. But don't. I mean, if you're going to lie on me, at least tell me. I tell the guys, hey, when you lie on the club, I'm out with Black Dragon. And your wife walks up, hey, how was it? How were you and Goose doing the other night at the such and such? And I'm like, what? I don't know that you lied. When you lie on the club and your wife finds out about it, now she thinks I'm the same dirtbag your ass is. I'm just trying to be cool. I didn't want to hurt the brotherhood. I didn't know you lied on me. So when I was like, I didn't, what are you talking about? I wasn't in, oh shit. Yeah, I was. Yeah, we were there. Man, come on. Stop it. When you use the club to tell your lies and run your women and on and on and on that we do, that some of you cats do, when you use your club for that, don't be surprised when your woman hates the MC and the people in it. In this situation, this young lady, and you know, I don't know what happened. I wasn't there, but she went damn public with it. Where this video of her cutting her colors off. And this is like the worst thing. Like we're we hate that. And in this video where she's cutting her colors off, she's talking. And she put everything up on her Facebook page. She has a voice. Her voice will not be quieted by a club suspension. You're not going to be able to sweep her ass under the rug. You're not going to be able to bully her. You're not going to be able to shut her up. You're not going to be able to do any of those things because somebody somewhere in her childhood, maybe her father, maybe her mother, maybe grandmama, maybe pawpaw, maybe a high school guidance counselor. Somebody told her, you are worth something to you. They fortified her. Now, we call them crazy. We call them, some of y'all call them, what is it? Where they have the dual personality. What bipolar? You call them bipolar. Oh, she's crazy. Oh, she's a troublemaker. Oh, she ain't nothing but a hoe. Ain't done one whole thing, but she a hoe. We call them these names. But didn't stop her. Didn't stop her. You call her you call me what you want, MF. I got a voice. Thousands of people watch me. And what has happened to me has happened to others. And she talks about it. Now, who am I? I'm sitting over here. I don't know if she's telling the truth or not. I know my mom used to tell me, son, the truth has a ring of familiarity. Oh, hell, she's on the channel right now. Well, there she is. She said, yep, I've been labeled all of that. Welcome to the show, my dear. She but she she's got me stuttering now. So she was like, no, I don't care what you call me. I'm not fixing to be handled. You ain't fixing to shut me up. She and then she took what we call receipts. She took everything and put it up there for you to see. The ugly thing about the ugly thing about any organization is when people expose your ass and they expose you with the correspondence and the text messages. And I keep telling y'all about these phones. And they keep exposing you with, okay, well, if you say that, boom, here's some proof. You say that, boom, here's some proof. You said that, boom, here's some proof. It's hard. My mom used to say, son, the funny thing about the truth is the truth has a ring of familiarity. When you hear it, it sounds like something you've heard before. There's a certain little ring in it that makes you say, well, damn. I don't know, but it sounds it sounds plausible. It sounds viable. You start asking yourself, why would someone make this up? Then you look at other stuff. You look at stuff like, you could say stuff like, well, she hates her club. She doesn't her. She's not a real member. She's a troublemaker. She's this. She's that. She's the other. But I've seen stuff from this one. I've seen stuff like I've seen her post in support of her club. Oh my God, so many posts. It makes you want to. You'd be like, who's got this kind of time? Oh, she posted some more shit. She's some more shit posting. This is the posty poster. Hey, that takes time. I know. I do this. You guys know I do. It takes time. It takes effort. It takes money because time is money. It takes deliberation. It takes a love for the MC to be out on the forefront, promoting it. You can't have all that going on and then tell me on the other hand that this is a piece of shit individual that blah, 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 blah. You can't, because I've been doing this my whole life. I've been doing this my entire life. She said in a video yesterday, some of y'all ain't got no life. This MC is your only life. I deflated some. She's talking about me. For me, this has been a life. She's right. Some of us ain't got no life. I ain't got one. I mean, people pick what they want to do. Howard Hughes wanted to fly airplanes. Prince wanted to make music. That's what he did. This is what I do. It's what I do. So when I'm looking at her cry, well, she didn't like break down and cry. You could just see the puffiness in her eyes and hear her voice cracking. It's hard for me to say that this person is crazy. She does have some crazy eyes though, but they're pretty. It's hard for me to say this person is crazy. It's hard for me to say this person didn't go through what she went through. It's hard for me to say that she made this all up. But it's also harder, even impossible, when she puts up a statement from her club that acknowledges that these things did happen to her. Whoo. So what brought her to this point? What brought her to the point of public outcry? Well, obviously she felt like her case wasn't handled properly. Obviously she felt as though she was pushed up against the wall. Obviously she felt as though her voice was muted. And I keep telling y'all and telling you, you're not fixing to mute these people. You're not fixing to mute prospects. All that shit is out the door, especially in 99% clubs. I don't know what they do on the other side. I heard they beat each other up and stuff. One of my submarine brothers is on here reminding me of our youth. Don't lie on me and not tell me you lied on me. Oh my gosh. Don't do that. This is my submarine brother, my very best friend in the world, who comes on from time to time and picks on me about our youth. We were absolute whores in our youth. We're not going to talk about that. We're old now. So I keep telling you, you're not going to be able to suppress these people. These are smarter people. They're more intelligent people. They have voices. The best thing to do is treat them properly. This is a famous club in Atlanta, a well-known club in Atlanta. And some of the stuff she was talking about, I was like, well, damn, these guys are organized. They got all kind of regents and boards and councils and procedures that are well documented and well written. I was like, well, damn. I thought our SHIT was together. They got, man, enough entities to have handled this. We're going to go and look at some of the stuff she said. I think it's important, is why I'm talking about it. I want this to be, for my audience, all you guys always come up to me, well, man, I learned so much from you, blah, blah, blah. I want you to learn from this. That you have to you have to handle these things in a way that prevents them from happening. In this case, this young lady said to her club, I have been sexually harassed. Somebody has put their hands on me. I have been more than clear. I do not want this behavior. Every time I have made a complaint, it has been swept under the rug. I've been called names. I have been accused of things. Things have been attached to me that are not true. all the normal stuff happens. I'm crazy. I'm bipolar. I'm this. I'm that. I'm a troublemaker. I'm blah, blah, blah. I've been accused of things by the person's wife. All these things have happened to me. And yet, here's my proof of everything that I've claimed. And then I get suspended for a procedural error. I tell clubs a lot of times, you guys focusing on the wrong thing. I've seen this, but listen, you guys know I've seen this, right? I mean, people call me all the time with this. And sometimes, and I'm only speaking from one person's perspective. I haven't interviewed anybody. I'm not assigning any blame. I'm telling you guys how you handle this kind of thing will be the difference between whether or not you are going through this publicly or in a courtroom, or you got them white folks with badges, and in Atlanta, black folks with badges too, knocking on your door, pulling someone away. And depending on how you're set up or not properly set up, your own homes and offices and buildings and savings accounts can attach. This thing gets serious as hell. It can get real serious real fast because these are grown folks. And then a lot of clubs out here, in order to get tax breaks, are claiming 501(c) and 501(7), 501(7) and 501(3) status, which is basically a charity or charitable or nonprofit organization. And when you're claiming those statuses, when you claim those statuses and you get that certification, that, my friends, comes from the state, in this case, the state of Georgia, and things attach, legal things. Now you got the BWM, the big white man, looking down on your ass. And these legal things attach that can put you right in jail or cause your organization to be sued and things like that. These are the things that happen. When you go totally legal or whatever you want to call it, when you go totally legit, things attach. And accusations like this can destroy the whole organization. These are the things these things I be talking about. These are the things that are real. It's more than just a game. It's more than the good old boys club. When you open it up to make it bigger and bigger and bigger and make money and things like that, and you got a real bar, and you got a real liquor license, things attach. Like when you got a real bar and a real liquor license, but you sell too much alcohol to a guy who goes home and gets in a wreck, it could cost you your entire MC. It's no longer a play date. It's no longer a plaything. It's real. You're messing with these real folks and these real entities and these real legal entities. It gets to the point that you can't cover up for a bad guy or gal. It could cost you the MC. But y'all don't listen to me. I'm an OG. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I'm good with that. Here we see in this video almost the unthinkable. Somebody cutting their colors off online. And I often say, man, you guys know me, man. I'd be like, well, why are you doing it that way? You didn't get your colors that way. Why are you giving them back that way? But I do believe that there are some things that allow you to disrespect. I talk about it, the 5 reasons you can leave your motorcycle club. And one of the biggest things is disrespect and lack of support. Like if I'm laying up in the hospital for 6 months and I got a brain injury and I never see any one of you suckers, that you might see me cutting my colors off online too. Go to hell. You don't deserve any respect. So anyway, I want to play some of this for you. I hope that you can understand that this person feels wronged. And she's got the receipts to prove it. And so maybe you can learn so this don't be your motorcycle club. But even more important than that, and even more important than that, even way bigger than that, is that this don't be one of your members. That one of your members doesn't feel that after giving everything, that they don't have any protection. That they don't have the family you promised them. You know, we make grand damn promises in the motorcycle club. We make incredible promises. And well, I wish I had one of my Prospects Bibles here, because I say in the very beginning of the Prospects Bible, I promise you guys, I tell you guys, I make this promise to you. I promise you one thing. I promise you that the club will disappoint you. The club will hurt you. The club will break your heart. And I challenge you that the real challenge is to maintain a loyal membership after these people have broken you in two. And why do I promise you they're going to break you? Is because they're human. And they're driven by human emotions, jealousy, greed, personal agendas, love, hate. Some people are, man, what's that term? When they are wanting to, the term escapes me. But all of these emotions, all of these drivers, these things that take the fun out of it, take the family out of it, some of the things that you can't believe. This is why we know the motorcycle club will destroy you and will destroy your heart. And can you survive that? But some of the stuff you don't want to survive. I don't want to survive a thief. I don't want to survive a person, certain liars. I don't want to survive a person that would shove a knife down my back so he can be president and I can't. And for women, they probably don't want to survive a sexual predator or sexual harasser. I don't want to survive that. You can have these colors. I'm better than that. Somebody told this young lady somewhere in her life that she was better than that. And I told you guys the other day in a video, people will vote with their feet. You will watch people vote with their feet. And she did a video the other day, last night, that maybe it was last night that I saw, my club brother showed me, where they asked her all these questions. And she answered every damn one. And what I hated about those questions were they were so accusatory. Like she was the one to blame. I'm the victim. I'm the one that was sexually harassed, but I'm getting asked these crazy questions. One thing we have to do as men is we have to protect women at all times. That doesn't mean women don't do crazy things and they don't make up stuff and stuff like that. But we got to be the protectors. I'll let you guys hear some of this. For me, I can hear the pain in her voice. Let's hear some of this. And the thing that hurts me about this is the whole time she was cutting them colors off. She's serious. She was for real about this.
I'm puffy. Had myself a good little cry last night. Got my shit together. So excuse my puffy eyes. When I cry at night, I wake up puffy all in the morning. So I ain't waiting on anybody to get on this live. They'll see it. It's going to be public. So then there's that. So I'm going to start this off by saying that I met some great motherfucking people when I joined True Riders. There are some people that I still fuck with in Atlanta chapter. There are definitely people that I fuck with in other chapters, and that's not going to change because I'm no longer a member. Good afternoon. So I'll just say that I love you guys. I appreciate everyone, True Rider or not, that has reached out in support of me, whether they be words of encouragement or just, letting me vent and cry my tears. I appreciate all of that. Yeah. So let me tell y'all a story. Before I was stabbing myself. My daughter had asked me, I think it was my daughter, asked me, why did I, get back in another club? Now, let's go back. Hey, Krista, cut away from yourself. Yeah, I stabbed myself in the finger. So yeah, I changed directions. Us left-handed people. Yeah, but I believe it was my daughter who asked me why I decided to join another MC. And most of you guys know I was in an all-female MC. I left. I waited an entire year, even though I didn't have to wait the entire year to make a decision as to whether I wanted to be in another club or not. She asked me why I decided to get back into another motorcycle club. I told her that a part of being in the motorcycle club or being a part of the community is meeting new people and doing something that's bigger than you, right? Whether that be community service or better community service or just whatever. It meant it's not just me. I wanted to be a part of an organization. I didn't want, of course I could just ride, right? You can just ride your shit. I could just do that. But I told her that I wanted to be part of something. So I started the process. And early on, I should have known. I ignored the signs. I definitely ignored the signs. But I said, okay, I fought with whether I wanted to be in another all-female MC or do I want to try the co-ed. Of course, we know with co-ed clubs, it's a lot that goes on. But I said, okay, well, I know where I stand. I know where I stand. So I went ahead and started. From the beginning, I was told to watch out for certain people. And, that's cool. I'm usually good on reading people, but I appreciated the warning. They told me early on, watch out. And early on, he started. Now, I ain't going to say no name, but y'all know who the fuck it is. Y'all saw my post. I ain't gonna say no names. Early on, he started. They make excuses. They, being the people in the Atlanta chapter, make excuses for his behavior because they say he's drunk. Okay, fine. I initially didn't say anything because it started while I was in my prospecting period. And of course, me being one of few females that was active in the group, I didn't want to fuck up. I didn't want to, one, cause too many waves, and then two, kind of fuck up my process. So, he would make little slick remarks, put his hands, because y'all know I was working behind the bar. So put his hands in areas to get behind me. You know how you want somebody to scooch up. He'll put his hands like right at the small of my waist, damn near touching my butt. Didn't say nothing. I told him, I said, listen, if you need me to move up or back, or if I'm in your way, let me know. But please stop putting your hands on me in that way. He laughed it all. Ha, 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 he, he. It was funny to him. It was always funny to him. So that happened. Let's see, when we went to Savannah, I want to say we were going to Savannah for Red Breed's anniversary in 2020. Just how far back it goes. When we were, I was in my car. I think my bike was down. Who the fuck knows? I was in my car. We stopped to pick up to meet the Columbus chapter. I was coming out of the little convenience store. He was going in. Keep in mind, his wife is a few steps away at the gas pump because he was on his bike and she was in the car. So something. I was coming out and he was like, damn, you fine and sexy. When you gonna let me hit that? His wife is 2 steps away. And I told him, like, never. I had always told him, never. Yes, KK, that's when I saw you. I immediately reported. I mentioned it to Skills because he was there, or he was on his way there. I mentioned it to a whole bunch of other people as well. They just laughed at all. They said, "Oh, he's drinking." It's 10 o'clock in the morning. He was drinking before we got on the road. What? So the justification of his behavior has always been he was drinking. Hey, Feast, stop playing with me. So at some point, I just got tired. I literally just got tired of having to deal with the shit that I dealt with. I reported it to the president at the time. I reported it to the sergeant at arms at the time. Rest in peace. He recently passed. I reported it to the vice president at the time. It was, what you want me to do about it? Now, some of these were verbal conversations, but some of them were definitely conversations via text message. And your girl got the screenshots, right? I do. But nothing was done. Nothing. They never once put him on paper for my allegations. They weren't allegations. They're fucking true. Never once. And it got so bad that I don't know if they tried to convince him to apologize. So one day he pulled me to the back of the clubhouse and said, hey, listen, what's going on between you and I? And I'm like, there's nothing going on between you and I. He's like, well, I'm trying to figure out, why we are where we are. And I said, oh, excuse me, are you really asking me this? Like, do you not remember doing what you did? And I gave him a rundown of everything that he had done from the time that I started prospecting to the time that I became pro. And he insisted that I be the one that come up to the clubhouse and clean on a Saturday with him alone. No, nigga, absolutely not. So while we out in the back having this conversation, he's telling me, well, I don't feel like I should apologize because I don't remember doing it. Nigga, just because you don't remember doing it doesn't mean that it didn't happen. That means you have a problem. That means you really have a problem. If you can't remember the shit that you did do while you've been drinking, you got a problem. Seek fucking help. Seek help. So anyway, I had started reporting it to the district. I think I went to national. So they find me. Keep in mind, this is like 2021 at this point. They find me or give me a letter of warning because I jumped chain of command. You know, I have my bylaws, but I was just upset. I was very upset. So yeah, I actually did. So we had this whole meeting. No, let me go back. There was several times where KB tried to get us to have a sit down meeting. He would say, come up on Tuesday, or it was like a Wednesday, but I'm just waiting on the person to verify that he's coming. Do you think he ever came? Hell no. Hell no. He never came. He never wanted to squash the beef. He continued to do what he was doing. So we never met. And then, so it was at one point that I was behind the bar and I overheard his wife having a conversation about me. Now, I don't know what lie he told his wife. I didn't know at the time. I know now the lie that he told his wife was that I came on to him and I'm mad that he rejected me. Girl, if you don't sit the hell down, I never came on to that man. Anybody who knows me knows that I don't come on to men. I don't approach men at all for fear of rejection, but I just don't do it. And I would never approach him in any type of way because one, I'm not attracted to him. And two, I already knew where his, about the stuff that was going on. Already knew. So why would I then pull myself into a dramatic situation with that man? Not interested. I can't, I'm a go back and read y'all comments, but y'all distracting the hell out of me. If he can't handle his liquor, stop drinking. Exactly. So his ass should have been kicked right out. Yeah, that's a different story. I'm getting to that. So thank you, New York. He's not even my type, but neither here nor there. I like my men dark skinned, short with bellies. There it is. Anyway, what was I saying? Y'all distracted me. Oh, so we never had the meeting on the local level. I went to district. District was doing a whole investigation and all that good stuff. We had a sit down meeting with the president. It was the president at the time was P. Chain Fonz, who was the vice president, and then it was a couple other people there. The sergeant at arms. It was a whole bunch of people. So, we had a conference call with district, and then they said they were going to get back with us and let us know what they were going to do. Now, keep in mind, at some point, I can't remember if it was before or after. No, this what I'm about to say happened before the call with district. Now, because his wife was prospecting. With Queens of Harley at the time, I had reached out to her president, who is now the wife of the former president of Atlanta. I'm giving y'all all the tea. Fuck it, because I resigned. I don't give a shit. I reached out to her because she was a prospect. I said, hey, can we sit down and have a talk because there's tension and this is my clubhouse. You can't come into my clubhouse and be disrespectful to me. So I would like to have a sit down so that we can squash any beef or whatever. That never happened. Milano asked me, like, what do you want? I said, I want to have a sit down conversation because at the end of the day, everything that I need to say, I would like to say it to your face. But because you're a prospect, I'm trying to be respectful of your process. And I would like to have the conversation. Never happened. Apparently, the person gets upset with me that I'm pulling his wife into the mess of the club. Bitch, shut the fuck up. So at some point, it was at night, and I had started working the bar solely by myself. He had stopped working the bar. At some point, he came in. We were just about to shut down. We were cleaning up, matter of fact. He came in and he threatened me. Like he walked into the clubhouse and put the fingers up and then walked back out. I immediately told P. Chain. P. Chain was DJing. I immediately told P. Chain that he sat at the DJ booth and did nothing. I packed up my shit and left because what you're not going to do is threaten me, and nobody's going to do anything. So that all went into the call, but because I was the only one who saw it, of course, it's my word against his, right? So I'm a member a year and a half in, and he's a member that's 10 years in. So of course, the good old boy network protected him. Anyway, we have the call with district. District says that they're going to do their investigation and they'll get back with us. Now, by this time, man, shit done hit the fan. It's tension, the tension is hella thick. Excuse me. District never had they never came back with an answer because he resigned. He left True Riders. I wonder why he left. I don't know. Could have been District was about to hit that ass. Okay, he left. He left and immediately started hanging around Born Losers. Now, that's going to be important information that you have to keep. Important information. Store it in the back of your head because it's going to come back up again. So everything was cool. You know, I'm running a bar, you know, pumping True Riders, just doing what I do. Because at the end of the day, I still wanted, even though I was dealing with a lot of shit surrounding True Riders, I was still pumping it. I was still making sure that we had people come up to the clubhouse. I know y'all was sick and fucking tired of me blasting in these goddamn groups. I would post literally 3 times a week in about 160 something groups. Just a measly 160 groups, just to get some participation for Wind Down Sundays. None of that mattered. I would cook, use my money to make banana pudding or beans or whatever the hell I was assigned, just to make sure people were fed. Of course, there were people, we had help. There was other Seduction always chipped in. She was the one behind a lot of the food. Then we had people who weren't even active True Rider members that were contributing. Do you think any of them appreciated that? Hell fucking no. Hell fucking no. So he resigns. He starts to hang around and eventually starts prospecting with Born Losers. I guess that didn't work out because he started coming back and hanging around. He wasn't in the club at this point. This is towards the end of the year, right? So he starts coming back more and more. He never really stopped coming to the clubhouse. He just wasn't, as vocal or active. And when he did come, he came with Born Losers. And I'm like, okay, cool. So whatever happens between Born Loser, I don't know. Speculation is they didn't like his wife. His wife didn't like them. So whatever. They parted ways. And now he wants to come back to True Riders. Now he wants to come back. Now, they did tell me that he was coming back. They gave me that. They say, how do you feel about that? I say, you asking me like it's really going to matter. Y'all going to do what the fuck y'all going to do anyway, right? We're a voting club. And the one person that would vote no, me, I'm going to be outvoted. So this was, I think, January. They brought him back in January. Now, we're going to get to the anniversary. Because what happened at the anniversary? They brought him back in January. It was a vote. After the vote, they asked me, a Seduction asked me, are you okay with this? I'm like, at this point, there's nothing I can do or say. As long as he keeps his motherfucking hands to himself and not threaten me, it is what it is. And lo and behold, a lot of people didn't even know what the fuck was going on. A lot of the membership didn't know what was going on. They didn't know that I was dealing with sexual harassment. Why? Because they kept that shit under wraps. They did it. But they knew about it. And the fucked up part about it is I am not the first person that has experienced sexual harassment. They had about 6 or 7 other females that either have resigned or moved to another chapter because of that one person. But y'all saving him. So anyway, he gets voted back in, and of course there's tension. I still don't fuck with him. I don't speak to him, nor do I speak to his wife, because I don't have anything to say to either one of them. You could cut the tension with this knife. So we're amping up, and I'm still at this point coming to the trap house, still doing what I would normally do, advertising, because I'm still a pro at this point. Advertising, making food, banana pudding, all that good shit. I'm still doing all of that. It was at some point I went behind the bar, which is because after a while something happened. I can't remember what happened, but I stopped going behind the bar because I didn't want to work with him, and I stopped pretty much doing any type of work when I came up there. So I went behind the bar to get a drink. Of course, I'm gonna pay for it. Put my name on the little what the damn thing I put my name on the list that says that I owe the money. I can't think of what it is right now. And I walked off to go get my drink. So, so when I'm walking back to get another drink, the sergeant at arms at the time, which was Solo, came to me and told me, "You can't come behind the bar anymore." What? I can't come behind the bar? I can't come behind the bar. You saying that I can't come? Everybody else can come behind the bar, but I can't come behind the bar. Where the fuck that pissed me off. So they pulled me in the back. We had this whole conversation. It was Fonz, it was Victus, Solo, Joker, and probably one other person. We were out back having a conversation about why I can't go out behind the bar anymore and some bullshit ass excuse but prior to this, I had no problems. I could go behind the bar. When I'm serving up these drinks, nobody had a problem. I'm getting fussed at. Nobody had a problem. But now all of a sudden, because he's back and he wants to run shit, I can't go behind the bar. Bitch, fuck you. Fuck you. And so it was at that moment I decided if everybody else can go behind the bar and I can't go behind the bar, I ain't doing shit. Don't ask me for no pudding. Don't ask me to clean shit. Don't ask me for not a damn thing. And that's how it was. And at some point, I just stopped advertising because guess what? I'm not going to promote people that they gave me their ass to kiss and continue to give me their ass to kiss. So we leading up into the anniversary. I'm still pumping because at this point, the anniversary is planned. I did the leg work to get the hotels set up, This patch does not want to come off. So I did the leg work or whatever. So leading up to the anniversary of just like the year before, I was responsible for selling VIP tables and or tickets. I sold most of the tickets. I sold at least the first year I sold 8 of my Club Brothers tickets and more. The second year, which would have been this year, I sold mine. I said I wasn't going to sell as many as I would, but I still ended up selling almost 200 goddamn tickets. Right? You think they appreciated that? Nope. And so we get to the anniversary, or we're starting to get closer to the anniversary, and I had like one table left, I think it was, and they had previously posted in the group chat that Zulus wanted the table, and Joker was like, well, all tables have to go through Spunky because we didn't want a situation where the tables were oversold, and so people would have paid for it and they would have came and didn't have a table. So I was specifically and solely handling the VIP tables, just me. So off the chain, or somebody posted in the group, I'm not gonna say his name. Somebody posted in the group that Zulus wanted the table. I said, well, I'm not holding tables. So first come, first serve, run me that money. Cash at me, Zelle me, do whatever it is, but get me that money. Never got the money, right? So they put out the list of responsibilities. And of course, I was on the bar. And when I looked at they did it initially, and then they sent out another list as we got closer. They took my name off. I said, well, what am I supposed to be doing? Oh, shut up, Freeze. They said that, oh, well, some cockamamie excuse. I had that in a text message that we're trying to, there's 2 bars. We're trying to keep y'all separate so you don't have to worry about being behind the bar. And initially I'm like, bet, cool. That means because the last year anniversary, I worked my ass off. I did not get the opportunity to have fun, to dance and shit. This year I didn't either. So, it is what it is. So when I walk into the anniversary or the venue, one of the supporters is handwriting Zulus on a table. And I'm like, no. I said they didn't pay for the table. Now, I don't have anything against Zulus. So I'm going to say that. I don't have anything against Queens of Harley. I don't have anything against eye catchers. I don't really have anything against most of the chapters of True Riders. I don't. So they were writing Zulu. Sure, the supporter Yaya was writing Zulu on a piece of paper because we had an extra table that came about. And I had previously talked to Joker. I said, Joker, hey, listen, I got somebody who want to buy or take that last table. Shut up, Deacon, take that last table. Joker was like, well, Fonz had already went to the print shop, but so, they won't have, the little table thingy. And I was like, it's cool. I don't think he really care. So, excuse me, that was early in the day. So when I got to the venue and they were writing that on there, I said, I thought you told me that I'm supposed to be the one that's handling the tables. And I already have this table. I called you earlier today. And Off the Chain was saying, oh, Zulu's going to bring the money. Since when do we allow people to pay for tables when they get there? That shit is reserved before. Now, I can see if the table was empty and there was no plans for the table. I don't give a fuck who sat there. However, there were plans made for Bishop. You've never had, you know what? There were plans made for the table before I got there. So how in the hell do you decide after 2 or 3 months of me telling you, hey, we're not, if the tables are first come, first serve, the money has to come through me. And then I give it to the treasurer. The Joker was the treasurer at the time. So that was the beginning of the anniversary. So it didn't start off good at all. At all. He was mad because his buddies that he was holding the table for, even though I told him that I needed the money first, we're not holding no tables. He was mad at that. So you got to fast forward, and I can't remember what I was doing. I was sitting down. I think I was helping with the hookahs, getting the hookahs set up. And Rudy, who is the person who bought the hold on, who is this trying to come on? I don't know, bro. I don't know why you're trying to come on this live. This is not one of those lives that I want anybody on at this point. I was helping with the hookahs, and Rudy of Worldwide, whatever it is, I blame him, comes to me and he says, hey, can I buy a bottle? Now, y'all know me, I'm about that money. So, and I ain't stupid by any means. So I went and I asked, I said, hey, initially I asked Soul Train. Soul Train was like, you got to ask Joker. So I went and found Joker. I said, hey, Joker, Rudy wants to buy a bottle. Can we sell him a bottle? Now, of course, I know poor ratio versus how much we pay for the bottle because we're trying to make a profit, right? Of course, I know that. And so Joker was initially saying no. And then he said, well, how much is he willing to give? So I went back to Rudy. Rudy put out the number. I didn't tell Rudy anything. Rudy said, I'll give you $130 for a bottle. And so I went back to Joker. Now, keep in mind, I was going in between like four and five different people. Soul Train, Joker, Off the Chain, and Rudy. So I go to Joker and I tell him, hey, he said he'd give $130. He was reluctant, but he said yes. So I go to Off the Chain. I say, Off the Chain, I need a bottle. He said, no, I can't give you a bottle. Joker gonna have to come. So I go back to get Joker, who was somewhere. Every time I had to go back, I had to find them. I had brought him over to the table. So he was like, yeah, go ahead and give her a bottle. So Joker walks off. The bottle that they were trying to give me was the Terramana. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, Terramana is $32, $34 at the most. This man is paying $130. Y'all gonna give him the smallest bottle you have. And I was like, no, what else we got? He was like, well, that's all we got a surplus on. So I went back to Rudy. I said, Rudy, all we got is Terramana. He said, I think he asked me if that's tequila, or he said something about a vodka. You know, I don't drink white liquor. So I don't know the difference between tequila and vodka. I don't care. So I go back to Off the Chain and I say, hey, he said, that's fine. Give me the bottle. He was like, nah, you got to go get Joker. Why? Joker had already given you the okay to give me the fucking bottle. So why now do I have to go back and get Joker? Right? So I go back to, I ask where Joker is. At this point, he's outside doing something. It's the anniversary. So I know everybody's busy. So I say, Joker, he won't give me the bottle. Like, can you come back to tell him to give me the bottle? He was like, just get the bottle. I said, okay, cool. That's what he said. Now he has openly denied this because he is a habitual liar. But he even called me the day after the anniversary and apologized for not coming to get the bottle. And then of course he lied about that. And I'm usually good about recording recording people, especially when I know that they've previously done me wrong. But because it was morning and I was, very tired, I did not get my other phone to record that motherfucking call. But anyway, back to the anniversary. He told me to go get the bottle. So I go back to the bar and I just grabbed the bottle. I went on the back side because the bar, the way it was set up, you can come in from the front or you can come in go around the back. I went around the back, got the bottle. Yep, sure did. So I had to come back because he wanted. I got the bottle and some cups. Now, when I initially went to grab the bottle, he was like, "Where you going with that?" I said, "I'm minding my motherfucking business." I had already got approval for this goddamn bottle. Why are you asking me questions? So I get the bottle and I get some cups, take it to the table. All this back and forth, feet hurting like a motherfucker. I take it to Rudy's table. He was like, "Hey, can I get some chasers?" I'm like, of course. So I go back to the bar and I'm pouring. I poured a cup of cranberry juice. I poured a cup of orange juice. And I think I was in the process of pouring however, I was in the process of pouring three or four chasers. That's when Off the Chain starts talking about saying, "Where the fuck you going with that?" I'm going to give it to them. You're not taking that shit. Yes, the fuck I am. Now, the bar is in a square, a rectangle. He's in the corner up front, right? I'm behind the bar. I'm in the bar, but I'm behind the first table. And I have cups in my hand because I'm in the middle of pouring them. Now, me and him are going back and forth behind the bar. His wife comes towards me like, "You ain't gonna talk to my husband like that. Fuck you and fuck your husband." That's exactly what I said. Because you are at my anniversary behind my bar talking shit. And then they try to make it seem like I wasn't supposed to be behind the bar. Bitch, I got pictures that show that I'm supposed to be behind the goddamn bar. So, we get to arguing or whatever. I got like 6 people holding me. 6. Why I got 6 people holding me? I don't fucking know. 6 people are holding me. Nobody's holding her. Nobody. Now, during all of this, I'm not paying attention to what Off the Chain is doing. Not at all. Because I'm trying to get at his wife who is threatening me, trying to get to me. No, she never put her hands on me. And as much as I tried to jump over Favo, I could not get my hands on her. Oh, I wanted to. I lost a couple of locks that night, but shit, man. Anyway, so of course we know that I get put out. So while I'm over there, collecting my thoughts or whatever, Fonz, who has been now acting president, comes up to me and says, "Sis, you got to go." Bitch, don't call me sis. I said, while he's telling me that I got to go, I'm looking at Off the Chain across the goddamn room, still serving drinks as if nothing happened. So wait a minute. I got to go, but he don't? Where are we doing that at? So, I think Wanda had already got put out. I was, get my stuff together. I'm standing outside and they physically have to well, I ain't gonna say physically because I didn't see. They eventually kicked him out. Now, I forgot to mention that apparently, now I didn't see this, but there are witnesses that while me and Wanda were trying to get at each other, Off the Chain picked up a bottle of Hennessy and allegedly they say he was either going to hit me with it if I got my hands on Wanda, or he was going to give it to Wanda to hit me with it. Mm-hmm. So there's a couple people that can corroborate that story. A couple people. So I almost got it. So I'm standing outside, and just everybody's trying to calm me down. And they tell me, "Oh, well, Fonz comes out," and I'm talking to the national president at this time. And I was already standing in place. So he walks up to us and then tells me, "You need to move over there." Who the fuck is you talking to? Like, I'm a whole grown ass woman. If you want to talk to this man, that's fine. I ain't stopping you from talking to anyone. But I was already standing here. You move. So, of course, they said I was being disrespectful. Man, fuck that. I wasn't being disrespectful. Respect is earned, not given. And so therefore, I was already standing out there. You ain't going to come talk to me like that. So anyway, he eventually comes and says, "Sis, again, I'm not your sis. You need to leave the premises." So I'm like, I'm outside. I thought you meant that I had to get out. So I eventually leave. All right. So while all of this is going on, apparently inside of the venue, which of course I don't see at the time, Off the Chain is getting approached by Solo, And of course, there's witnesses that see this as well. And he and the Solo, who was then sergeant at arms at the time, get into it. Somebody had to physically, Yaya had to physically get in between the two of them to break them up, because Off the Chain felt like he didn't have to leave. I'm gonna read y'all comments afterwards. I can't do that right now. So fast for the next day, Joker calls and apologizes, which he would later deny. And so, they issue a letter of warning and then a suspension because they found that I was the aggressor. This is probably like a couple weeks afterwards. They said I was the aggressor. But when they took my statement, they never took my witnesses, or I gave them my witnesses' name. They never called any of my witnesses, ever. Everybody that they got, everybody that they talked to were people that were on Off the Chain side. Well, now I won't say everybody. Most people, the witnesses, were people that were on Off the Chain side and would lie and did lie. They interviewed, and to this day, they still had, they did go back and interview two of my witnesses. I ain't gonna say no names, but they did go back and view, but that was after it had gotten pushed up to district. So anyway, I get fined. They tried to do a letter of warning and a fine. And I disputed it because I got my bylaws right here and I know what the motherfucker said. You have to follow all of the steps. And they went from step 1 to step 5 without any type of, any middle. And so I disputed it and I won through district. District says, you can't, you did it wrong because y'all didn't provide what happened before, during, after, blah, blah, blah. But Spunky will go ahead and pay the $50. So I paid the raggedy ass $50. I paid it. Then the next, and I'm thinking we good, we done. Like, let's move the fuck on. The next day, they appealed. They sent me they being the local chapter, sent me another letter of warning and a suspension. Another one. This time they gave out this long drawn out statement talking about I'm the aggressor, and my post on Facebook talking about or it's not Facebook, it was in GroupMe, goes against some stupid ass rule that they decided to make up on my behalf. Thank you. So I was like, you know what? I'm not paying any more money. I'm gonna dispute this too. So I filed a grievance against the Atlanta chapter, the board. I filed a grievance for the sexual harassment, which went to district. Everything ends up going to district. He doesn't get, to my knowledge, he is not punished because I was the aggressor. I asked if he was punished. It's top secret. Nobody wants to tell me if he was punished or not. I'm like, okay, cool. But what we're not going to, I don't give a fuck what you do with him, but you're not going to penalize me for being the aggressor. I wasn't the aggressor. I had permission to go behind the bar to get the stuff. Joker gave me permission. The lying ass gave me permission and then try to lie about it. Oh, so mad that I didn't record that call. But anyway, so everything gets put in the hands of district. The sexual harassment claim gets put in the hands of district. District comes back, they ask for the names and all this good stuff. They come back, and I only posted the short version of district's decision, but the longer version says that my claim is substantiated pretty much. And I can post the whole version. And that Off the Chain was going to be suspended for 6 months and fined $100 and then on probation, right? So he appeals it. Yeah, of course he appeals it. It goes from district to national. And I don't know how it got from national to the board of trustees, which is the letter, the bullshit ass letter, but that's where it goes. Now, keep in mind, I'm going to bring up something else. Off the Chain wasn't supposed to be a member of the club anymore because, remember, he started prospecting for another club. And when you start prospecting and you come back, in most cases, you have to start your process over again. He didn't. They automatically gave him his colors. And now when National questioned them about why he's back in the club, especially when they especially if he prospected for another club. Do you know these motherfuckers said Joker and Off the Chain went around telling people that he never prospected for another club. Boy, do you know I about fell out my damn chair logging into fucking my other Facebook account just because he got me blocked, which is fine, just to find pictures of him with his prospect vest on and the colors of Born Loser. Please play with your mama, don't play with me. So while y'all out here telling people that he never prospected for another club, he whole got pictures of himself prospecting with another club. Where the fuck they do that at? But you know, I said that's cool. It is what it is. But I know what I know. So anyway, it all gets pushed up to the board of trustees. They call me and ask me the same motherfucking questions that district asked me. My answer don't change. My story is the same because guess what? I was telling the motherfucking truth. You can call me ugly. You can call me fat. You can call me rude. You can call me a bitch. You can call me bald headed. You can call me whatever you want, but don't call me no liar. Because I said what I said. I have proof of what I said. And so now, once it got up to the board of trustees, now they're spreading this lie saying that that Off the Chain and I had a thing, and I'm mad that he cut it off. What? Why do y'all keep trying to put me in bed with this man? So I'm like, listen, him and I had never had anything going on. From the moment that he started trying to holler at me, I told him I'm off limits. I'm off limits, and he knew why. I'm off limits. And I told them that. So they asked me to send the screenshots because allegedly there were screenshots sent with our conversation. I said, whatever screenshots y'all got, those were made up. They may have changed the name. You know how you can change the name of the person in the contact to make it look like it was with me? It wasn't. Because guess what? I still had the conversations from 2019. Let me go ahead and screenshot those. And you can see where I clearly said, I am not interested. I'm off limits. I said it. So this new claim, all of a sudden that Off the Chain and I had something going on. I said I wasn't gonna say his name, but fuck it, it's out there anyway. Had something going on is an absolute fucking lie. Anything to cover up their ass. So I'm talking to the board of trustees. They asking me all these questions. They asked me to send text messages, screenshots of messages, which I did. I sent the screenshots of the messages between Off the Chain and I sent screenshots of messages between myself and one other club brother when I'm telling him what's going on while we in Savannah when Off the Chain was trying to manhandle me every time I walked away from my then boyfriend with Skills. Every time I walked away, he was like one time, he was sitting in front of the clubhouse. It was their meet and greet. And it'd be packed like shit. He was sitting in front of the clubhouse. It was a line for the little porta potty. So I was going inside to use the bathroom. He was sitting right in front of the door. He grabbed my hand, pulled my hand pulled me close to, hey, when you gonna let me hit that? Knowing I was right around the corner was Uncle John and Skills. This what we doing? Is this what we doing? I sent them the screenshot where I told Skills that day everything that happened. So now I'm just making all of this shit up. But I have documented proof showing that I reported it. But I'm making it up? How, Sway? How? How am I making it up? So I have shit that goes back to October of 2020 telling people, or even before then, telling people, hey, this is what's going on. What you want me to do? I even had it to a point where on that same trip, after we got back, the then president at the time, sent me a text message. We going back and forth about, just be careful, blah, blah, blah. And next time put duct tape on because I had a high crack. And I had on tights. So apparently the particular tights that I had, they Walmart, I don't give a fuck. The particular tights that I had on, they were slightly see-through. So apparently he saw the excuse that they're using is I'm teasing him. Bitch, listen, you can look at something and not touch it. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck? I don't give a fuck if my entire ass was out. That still does not give you a right to touch me. So I have those text messages from the then president where we were talking about the events. At what point did I not follow chain of command? aside from that one time when he threatened me? At what point? And why does me not follow chain of command mean that I'm a liar? I don't get it. So you have districts saying, well, we found that he was guilty and we're going to suspend him for 6 months and he's going to be on probation for a year and he's going to pay this $100 fine. And then right behind them, the board of trustees decides, oh no, that's not what's happening and you're wrong. Tell me, in what world is it okay for me as the accuser to be punished more than the person who sexually harassed me? Because at this point, I had already paid $50. They gave me a $50 fine for allegedly disrespecting Fonz when he asked me to move, and I told him no. They try to fine me that for that, so that's another $50. So that's $100. And then on this last letter that I posted, they want me to pay a donation of $150. But I will not. And be suspended for 6 months. And when you look at his letter that they gave him, that they initially gave him, he gets fined $100. Where in the entire fuck does anyone think that that's okay? Why is that okay? Y'all are punishing me more than the person who you know. Because if you look at the letter says that it had been going on since 2017, and they were past and present members. They interviewed people, past and present. But I'm the aggressor. I'm the bad guy. And let me tell you, after all, they got upset with me. The Atlanta chapter got upset with me because I get so frustrated and I go off the deep end, especially when I've been drinking. I go off the motherfucking deep end. So they got upset with me because instead of keeping quiet, because Atlanta likes to keep Atlanta's business in Atlanta. They don't want district to know. They don't want national to know. They don't want the board of trustees involved. So they want, keep everything hush hush because Atlanta ain't following shit. They not following these bylaws. They don't even know the fucking bylaws. Half of them can't even fucking read. I ain't say that. I did. But so what happened was I type out this long ass message in GroupMe and I put it in the Nation GroupMe chat. Oh, they fucking hated me for that. Because now not only do I have district in the business, the officers, I'm gonna say the officers. Not only do I have the officers in the business, now the entire nation, or at least the ones that's in that particular GroupMe, that GroupMe contains, a lot of the members from all over. The entire nation knows that you guys have a sexual offender in your Atlanta chapter and they do nothing about it. Nothing at all. Nothing. They sit around and allow it to happen and kiki and ha-ha with this man, whether it be at the trap house or at his house in the garage, laughing about the shit. Laughing about it. Why are you protecting him? Because the last I checked, he don't get out that much. Who the fuck you see when you go out? You see me? You see seduction? You see Mimi? You see smiles? You don't see who else you see? Who else? Somebody on this live name one member of True Riders Atlanta, one or two. Let's do two. Name two members of the Atlanta chapter, with the exception of myself formerly and Seduction, who's now retired. Don't name them. Name two active members that you see at these events. I'm waiting. I'm gonna give you all a couple seconds. I'm waiting. What two active members do you know that come out to any of these events that comes out in support of other clubs? I'm waiting. I'm waiting. No answer because they don't get the fuck out. But it was okay for me to be out by myself. It was okay for me to wear these rags, whether I was on my bike or not. It was okay for me to be pumping this shit. And then after the anniversary, because at some point I resigned as a pro, which is why y'all don't see any posts. And yes, I deactivated the Facebook group because all that shit is in my name. So I deactivated the Facebook. I put it in archives, and I deactivated the Instagram page. I did that. And I said to them, because I realized that the clubhouse wasn't getting as much traffic. I was told, because I don't even go. Literally, I would only go to the trap house to meet Seduction and get her bike so that we can ride to somebody else's bike night, because fuck them. right? But I recognize that them not having that much traffic is us losing money. And I understood that. So because I still fuck with True Rider at the time, I'm just like, here, I'm gonna extend this olive branch to y'all. If you create a pro email account, because you know the sergeant at arm has a email account, all of the officers have an email account. If you create a pro email account, I'll go ahead and give you the username and password for both the Instagram page, and you can take over the group. Do you know none of them replied to me? And so when I brought it up in the meeting, Joker was like, well, we didn't understand what you were trying to do. What the fuck? I was clear as day. Fucking idiot. I said, I will give you the password and username as long as the club will take over, give me the email address or get an email address for the pro or whoever's going to be running these accounts. Plain and simple. It does not take a rocket science to figure out what the fuck I was trying to say. And then Debo had the audacity to tell me that, well, if you still fuck with the club, you should still be advertising. Bitch, no. Because I spent hours of my day, unpaid hours of my motherfucking day, advertising in all of these groups. Yes, that was me. I was the one getting on your nerves. That was me. Whether it be on Facebook, whether that be on Instagram. Shit, I even thought about creating a TikTok page. That was me. So you're telling me that since I love the club so much that I should continue to advertise for the Atlanta chapter while the entire Atlanta chapter board has given me their ass to kiss. I'm the one that's getting fined. Now, all of a sudden, everybody knows how to write up a motherfucking letter. I got letters out the woo-ha. At one point, they didn't write him up at all. But at one point, I had 4 letters of warning and a suspension. 4. Magically, now y'all know how to fucking write letters of warning. I told them I'm not paying not near another cent. So when they sent me that letter, I was just waiting. Listen, there are several people who I appreciate and I thank for putting up with my bullshit that knew that I was on the edge of going live so many times to tell my motherfucking story because I've been quiet. I was hoping that they were going to do the right thing. I was hoping that they were going to suspend him or terminate him, which is what I really wanted. But in the back of my mind, I already knew that they weren't going to do that. I already knew. I knew that they were going to continue to protect this man, and they did it. So I was just waiting. I waited and waited. It took about 2 or 3 weeks for them to make this decision. I waited, and the moment that I read that letter, I was like, "This some bullshit. This some straight up bullshit." But okay, game the fuck on. Game on. Don't play with me. Like, it hurt me to my core because the people who know me know that I rocked hard for True Riders. When I'm dedicated to something, I'm dedicated to something. Those hours that I spent posting in groups and advertising for True Rider and making sure, going live to make sure y'all came to our event, I did it because I wanted to do it. Because that's how I'm loyal like that. I did it because I enjoyed doing it. Not because I was being forced. I just did it because that's what I do. But now you gonna tell me I can't use my platform to talk about anything True Rider related, which I wasn't gonna do. I wanted to. I wasn't gonna do it. I wanted to though. But you think I'm gonna be quiet now? After y'all you give me your ass to kiss. And you know what? The moment that the person who called me, and I'm gonna try not to say his name, said that he was working on that the board of trustees would be working on my case. He reminded me that during my prospecting phase, he also did some fucked up ass shit. I bet you he don't remember that. So I was still a prospect. I ain't had no colors. I was at the bar. We were cleaning up. Everybody had left for the evening. And this should have been a red flag like a motherfucker. And excuse me, I think at the time he's a national. He might still be a national. I can't remember. But we were cleaning up. It was myself, Milano, P-Chain was there, but he wasn't in the room. He was maybe out back. He was doing something, and it was like one other person there. He's sitting in front of the bar. I think he had just got finished smoking something, and I'm behind the bar. He asked me to come out from behind the bar because he wants to see what everybody's been talking about. Now, back then I was a little smaller, you know what I'm saying? This COVID weight, this is pre-COVID, this COVID weight catching up with me. But he asked me to come out and he's like, do a little spin. And I'm thinking, okay, is he serious? Like, and Milano, whether Milano remembers or not, she was there, she saw it. And I know she saw my face, but I did it. But when I realized that he was the one who called me to tell me that the BOT had it, I was just thinking to myself, oh shit, here we go with the fuck shit. So not only do you have misogynistic men in the Atlanta chapter, you have them on the board of trustees too. And did I report that when it happened? I sure did. I got that text message too. I sure did. I reported it to the president. I reported it to the national president and a couple other people. Yep. But here we are. Y'all talking like shit. I'm gonna go back and read it once I get off this live. But all this to say is, what world do we live in where females? This is why I say don't call me sis. Don't call me sis, because you didn't protect me. You didn't protect the other females that were in the group. Why did I think I was any more special than them? Who the fuck knows? Don't call me sis. You are not my brother. You definitely aren't your sister's keeper. Not on the local level, not on the district level, not on the national level, and definitely not on the board. You see the fucked up ass letter they sent me. Who typed that up? Y'all typed that shit up and sent it to me and thought, oh man, this makes perfect fucking sense. It makes perfect fucking sense. Barry, post what on Facebook? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. I can't keep up with y'all. Y'all chatter. So yeah. Who multitasking? So yeah, it is what it is. I just wanted everybody to know I'm not bitter. I knew what was coming when it, back a long, long time ago. It is what it is. They're gonna get what's coming to them, and that's not a threat. It just is what it is. You can't keep sweeping this shit under the fucking rug and think people gonna be quiet about it. You can't keep sweeping this shit under the rug and think, oh, it's gonna go away. It's not gonna go away. It's not gonna go away. I said what I said. So, as y'all see, I'm no longer a member. I'm going to drop these colors off at their little event that they having today, which they did. You know what? I'm going to keep that to myself. Yes, I stood my ground, but at some point, the fight is not worth fighting anymore. I'm not taking no suspension, no 6-month suspension for some shit. No, not at all. I'm not going to do it. So, yeah. You need razors to make that easier. I don't have any razors, Faye. Since you my neighbor, you can come over here and bring me a razor since you live around the corner. Shit. But this is working just fine. Thank you, though. You even have a story to tell, but I admire your courage. Thank you. Thank you very much, Bishop. Thank you for always listening to me fuss and or cry. Yeah, all of that. This is exactly why I'm down here by myself, minding my business, found my lane and staying in it. Where you at, Crystal? I can't read all.
Wow. That was rather intense. And, there's a few minutes left of it. And I will absolutely let you guys know where her page is so you can go look at it. She put it up for public consumption. And I think that she definitely deserves the right to be heard. The other thing is the stuff that she's talking about. She has posted the text messages and let me see, go over here. She's posted the text messages, and she posted here some of the responses from the club, some of the official responses. And this one I found particularly interesting because she got a reply back that said that basically said this happened to her. We are I'll just read the last part of it. We're attempting to right a wrong. The chapter failed to handle this situation in a timely and satisfactory manner. They either have not done anything about the situation or failed to properly document their actions to prove that they did. And this is coming from higher up top somewhere. I would like the chapter leadership to use the situation as a learning experience. And that's why I'm showing it to you guys. I think we can all learn from this. Understand where they went wrong handling this situation and be more diligent in their duties in the future when a member files a grievance or a complaint. The district governing body exists to assist support chapters leadership. I tell you what, this motorcycle club has more things in place, it would seem, than most motorcycle clubs I've ever heard. They got a district governing body, they got an executive governing body, and a board of trustees. I mean, hell, it would seem impossible to go wrong with all that. What I haven't seen posted was, what's going to be done to this person if they found that the person was guilty. Now, that person is on this channel right now, and the person was the accused, and the accused was also on her live, and he wrote several things, or he wrote one thing that I can remember seeing, which I think is him. He wrote, I know this is going to be deleted, but he wrote a few things in response. And she came back in another video and said, no, I didn't delete it. I'm not deleting nothing. A lot of the questions you guys asked kind of got on my nerves. Some of the questions that some of you guys asked. And she felt like she wanted to answer some of those questions. And I told her, I typed to her, I don't know if you guys saw it or not, but I typed to her, don't answer one damn silly, crazy question. You don't have to explain yourself. I got you on here. This is my shit. So I can, okay, that wasn't him. Somebody came on here and said that, that he was here on this live. One of my moderators called me and told me that. But, the thing is questions like, why didn't you do anything about this sooner? So I have a child, a daughter, who was all of those things, beaten. I find it hard to speak about. I'm getting ready to get mad. She was beaten and attacked and almost murdered by her baby daddy. And one of the things that I, like a foolish person, said was, I'm your father. Why didn't you just tell me? What did you wait so long for? And there's no real good answer. I'm telling you now, needs to be the only response. Women take on a lot. They already know they're not going to be believed. They already know it's going to be twisted. They already know somebody's going to say some shit like, why were you wearing those see-through pants if you didn't want anybody to touch your ass? You brought it on yourself. There's a whole culture that makes women dress from head to toe in a whole black garment from head to toe with ugly black shoes. Only their eyes can peer out. For this silly idea that because you can't keep your hands to yourself, I got to wear a robe to hide my body features. And if a person chose to walk around the club completely naked, does that mean they need to be felt on, raped, whatever? Like, we don't get, there's no freedom to be who you are. I remember when I went to Holy Loch, Scotland. It was the first time I'd ever been to a nude beach in my life. And yeah, over there, you just pull your junk out, walk around. It's what they do. It's really cool. You can just be junky. You can be fat too. I wasn't fat then, but you can be fat with male breasts and just the hanging it on out. Women were just as naked as jaybirds. They didn't put on clothes until the sailors got there. When the Americans got there, people started putting on clothes because they knew we didn't know how to act. They was just fine till we got there. All the leering and stuff, like you ain't never seen a naked butt before. How is it that somebody can be blamed for being beautiful? You got see-through pants on. You should put tape on you. Like, come on, stop it. Stop it. That's silly. But we have used that in the male culture. We've used that against women forever. Why didn't you do something? Why didn't you leave the club in 2017? Well, first of all, she explains in another video that that's not when I joined the club. And, you know, you guys can get the whole story by watching her videos. But please don't ask stupid ass questions, victim blaming questions. I saw it happen with my own child. So sometimes they're trying to protect so much. They already know they ain't going to be believed. They already know all the SHIT they're going to have to go through. They already know it. Sometimes they just be like wishing it would just go away. If I'm quiet, if I don't do anything, if I'm, you know, maybe it's me. Maybe I'll have to do something to make it stop. Whisper Sin brings up, and I've talked about this many times. Whisper Sin brings up something. So many women tell me, I'm just going to break for a minute. So many women tell me they don't want to be properties and the property of, and they all this kind of BS, not even really knowing what properties are. But one thing about the diamond side, the women in the club, they're called properties. We have them in our club too, but you mostly see this on the diamond side. And one thing that you have to do before you ever speak to a property is get the sponsor's permission. I did that in a video one time when I said how to date a property or how to date a woman in a 1%er club. This won't go on. I wish to God you would put your hands on a property. Or even talk to one and you haven't talked to her sponsor. They have a protection clause built in. Sponsor. So this sort of thing would be a little harder to happen. Not impossible, but a little harder to happen over there on that side. I'm sure that side has its issues as well. They do a little bit better about keeping it out of the public eye. But don't ask no dumbass questions, please. Not, at least not over here. Don't I saw some of the questions she was going through over there, and it's sad. She alleges that she was suspended for not following the chain of command. In my mind, it's just my mind. In my mind, if a person is sexually assaulted or sexually harassed or physically threatened or any of these kinds of things, the whole chain of command bullshit goes out the door. You better get this mother effer. To hell with all these locks and chains and chambers and mazes of communication. You better get this MFer right now. You don't want me to tell my dad. You'll be picking up a dead body. To me, when it gets to these kinds of issues, physical, this sort of thing, and this is for an all-male club, when we got club brothers, one club brother threatening another, I wouldn't give a damn about your policies and procedures. I'm not going to the sergeant at arms, this person, that person. I might go straight to the president. You got two choices: get this MFer or pick his dead body up. That's the choice. The hell with your chain of command. Nobody fixing to put their hands on me unwanted. It ain't happening. I ain't playing that. Y'all got me effed up. Now, lessons to take away from this. Spunky, I cannot get with you on cutting them colors off on international television. You were wrong for that. I understand. What does Kid Rock say before he got slapped in the mouth, which he deserved? I'd have slapped him up, a sucker, 2 or 3 times. But what'd he say? I don't condone it, but I understand it. I don't condone that. I understand it. I don't condone it. But then, I'm an old school kind of cat. My club has wronged me in many ways, in my opinion. I've been wronged by my MC in many ways. I would hope that I wouldn't leave it that way. And so, I haven't walked in your shoes, so I don't know. But I would hope that I wouldn't leave it that way, that I would cut my colors off in public. So that I don't agree with. And I'm a little bit disappointed about that. We don't get our colors given to us that way. They're not presented that way. The proper way is to take that cut to the sergeant at arms and continue to respect the flag. And I tell you why. This is why. The higher ups, people making decisions, they disappointed you. And we find these political MFers do that. It's in every club, every single one. But the club is made up of more than just them. The MC is made up of many great people. And it's those good people that were hurt by that too. The issues I've had with people in the club, there are other people in my club that absolutely love me. I go places and people in my club treat me like a king. They almost carry me on a thing, with my chair up in the air and I'm kicked back and I got all these people like carrying me. There are people in my MC that love the ground I walk on. So for me to disrespect the MC, I might be disrespecting the people I don't like that might be above me or on my level, or there might be some people over here that did something wrong, but they are not the entirety of the MC. The MC is made up of people I like and people I don't like, people I love, people I hate. But I have to think about the entirety, and the MC is bigger than I am, and so it is for the MC that you made all of your sacrifices. Whether or not they were ever returned, you made those sacrifices because you loved what the MC stood for, not what the individuals could accomplish, good or bad. Now, if you see me cut my colors off tomorrow, you can use this against me, but you can believe something happened bad. I think in most cases I would just do that quietly. And give them back the same way I got them. But for speaking your truth, someone said, well, isn't it improper to speak club business? Well, she's not in the club no more. The club let her down. And according to her, she alleges that the club tried to silence her, swept it under the rug, didn't punish the guy so from what I can see, she attempted to go through all of the procedures first, and she seemed to be let down on every level. But you're not fixing to silence me. That's not fixing to happen. I got a platform, and I can speak on my experiences, and that's the other thing. When people talk about club business, I can speak on my experiences. I can say what happened to me. I'm not talking about our birthplace in Egypt underneath the Egyptian equinox or whatever. I'm not giving out club secrets. I'm telling what happened to me. And since I know MFs are going to be lying about it, let me let you know their names. And since I know I'm going to be called all these kinds of things, let me go ahead and put the documentation up. That's why you know when you write things and you make documentation and stuff like that, you got to know that stuff can be, communications and things can be copied. And I keep telling you guys that you might as well assume that that's what's going to happen. And clubs, they don't do enough to protect themselves. Like if you want to have clauses where people can't speak and stuff like that, you have to put that in the bylaws. It's another thing she said was, I got my bylaws right here. I got my bylaws. How many people can actually say that? Bylaws are like the Bible, the greatest book never read. The greatest book. Everybody's got one. Who doesn't have one or two or five or seven? How many of y'all have read them front cover to cover? Very few. Most people, when they quote the Bible, they quote something that somebody else told them. I say that all the time. The Bible said, well, let me say, someone told me the Bible says, and enough people said it, I believe it, but not necessarily did I read it. The bylaws are like that. She said, I got my bylaws right here, and I read them. So what do we learn from this? We learn that, and then a lot of these other guys, we don't have women in our club. Something like this, you don't see so much on the white biker set. And my show has both of them on. A lot of the white bikers are like, what the hell is going on? What the hell is a PRO? Never even heard of that. But they have their issues too, bro. I get them all the time calling me up. They got the same issues. Somebody disrespected a prospect's wife. I got the same issues. People are the same. The setups might be different, but the issues are the same. What do we learn from this in clubs? We learned that some of the good old boy ways that we used to have may be coming to an end. some of the treating people the way that we've treated them in the past, it might be coming to an end. People are getting a voice. They have a voice now. And the Me Too movement shut a lot of this BS down. And you can see it in a motorcycle club near you. Yeah, if I'm the guy that's being accused of this, man, I'm feeling really bad because I never expected this to get this big. So a hint to the guys, man. Sometimes these women will give you an opportunity to clear yourself, to apologize, and move on. Things will still be awkward between you, but sometimes it's better to drop that ego and get that apology made and move on. More and more these days, no means no. Hear that no and respect it. Man, we're just not like these imbeciles that live in a, oh my God, look at that fat ass. I gotta touch it. Come on, man. Cut that out. Cut that out. Y'all, you know who you are if I'm talking to you. You know who you are. Oh my God, she's so fine. What's wrong with you? I keep telling all my guys to get caught on these cell phones and going to prison. Bro, folks is watching. Folks are watching. Folks is watching, yo. They see you. They see you. If it's a problem, get that problem handled. Clubs. Clubs luck out when a person just gets mad and takes some colors off and goes on their own way. The problem is if somebody wants to sue you or put somebody in jail. And on the 99% side, that's not unheard of. On the 99% side. So we got to think about this. This is a 2-hour show. I didn't mean to be on here 2 hours. Holy moly. Most people ain't going to even watch the whole damn thing. But I wanted to give it, we did a show about it a few days ago before I even knew that and I didn't know. I think maybe God sends me these topics. But another lady in another motorcycle club sent me a question about this. Is the VP supposed to be liking on me and hitting on me? Which caused me to do that show a few days ago. And then a few days later, here we are with somebody with a whole hour long. And she did another one last night. I don't see it on her. Maybe she took it down. I don't see it on her feed. But she did another one last night that I happened to see live. And she answered all the silly questions people asked her. And some of those questions were silly. You don't ask a person who's a victim, why were you a victim so long? I don't understand why you were a victim so long. The thing you should say is, I'm so glad that you came out of that victimhood. Let me embrace you. So, anyway. That's it for me today. I didn't name any club names. It's not important. You could probably figure it out, but the club name is not important. It happens in every club. I could have done this about any club. I could have made up a name. I could have done this about any club. This is a real live situation that happens in clubs. I'm not affixing any blame to the person. I haven't called anyone's name. I might have called her name here in the end. But I'm not. I didn't call the person's name that was blamed for this. That was accused. I probably don't even know that person, probably couldn't even, or maybe have shook their hand several times. They might even have one of my books. I don't know the person. For me, the person's name is not important. We want to learn from this. If you're out there, bro, look at that and make it a if you have a problem with this, fix it before it hurts you and hurts the club. Your club. And then, and there was an accusation that 6 or 7 women have left the chapter and joined other chapters and moved on from this. So if that is true, I'm not saying it's true, but if that is true, the organization has a problem. And many of our organizations have a problem where we protect people we shouldn't protect. Because we want to be cool, we want to be down, we want to be whatever our issue is. But we have the right. I say this in the Sergeant at Arms Bible. We have the right. We have the responsibility to protect the mighty and the small, the popular and the unpopular, the powerful and the weak. This is the police officer's job, and the police officer in the MC is the Sergeant at Arms. This is the responsibility of the Sergeant at Arms to protect the social construct, the fabric of the MC. You stop it. For it doesn't have to go to no boards, this, that, and the other. You're the long arm of the law in your organization. You're the sergeant. You got to protect us all. So, anyway, they're telling me it's time for me to go. Shadow says, exit the Black Dragon. Braveheart come home, get skinny, we MC and family. Now get the hell off. All right. Let me do this. You can go and see this. This is her on Facebook. This is where I found it, on Facebook. She's also, looks like she's, I need to talk to her. She's doing the is this the PRO convention? Yeah, I need to get a booth over there. So I need to talk to her. But this is her her page, Spunky1, WON. Is this like her middle name, Trouble? She was a former member of a well-known MC here in Atlanta. I hate to see that wonderful smile not smiling. So there she is. I think she also has a presence. I think she might be a content creator as well. So if she is, we'll check her out and hang out with her stuff. Everybody is welcome. If we do both sides of the story. If the person that is being accused wants to show up on the channel and speak, hey, we'll definitely hear what you got to say. If the club wants to speak, you definitely want to hear what you have to say. If you want to come on and speak, young lady, you are definitely welcome here. So I will absolutely talk to you and let you speak your truth and tell what you want to tell. That's what we do over here. But we do this because we want everyone to have the best motorcycle club life possible. I say my club has hurt me, but they've also provided me incredible joy. Incredible joy. I just spent the past weekend. You guys were with me. I just spent the past weekend, or was it the weekend before, at the farmhouse of one of my club brothers. Man, they rolled out the carpet for me, and the prospects fed me. One prospect crawled underneath my RV and worked on it for like 5 hours, getting my RV fixed and up and running on the road so I could drive down the road. It would have cost me all kind of money to have somebody come out. The prospect got under there with a meter and stuff, and then that guy found more blown out fuses in my RV. I didn't even know some stuff was working. I didn't even know it wasn't working. It's a beautiful life. I hate that she lost that life. I hate that she cut her colors off. I would have told her, go just as public, keep your colors on, because they would have made it right. I tell you all this like the MC can be great. Even if it hurts you, it can be great. Sometimes you just have to force it. But I can understand you get tired and be like, no, I'm done. But I'm going to always be a pro MC person. I'm going to always be, no, we can make it work. Let's have another dance. Because this has been a good life for me. I'm not going to say I haven't been hurt, destroyed, feelings hurt. I'm not going to say that. But I've also been uplifted and made to feel great. And it's the same. It doesn't matter. You belong to a super church, or you're a Boy Scout, or you're in the Fraternal Order of Mooses. More than one moose is not a meese. Should be. So, or it's just moose. Moose is singular and plural, right? Fraternal Order of Moose says cease. But anyway, it no matter what public social construct you belong to, it is the truth that it's tough and it can hurt. Yeah, and if you're not, I think my brother Goose says it right, Miss Spunky. If you're not, you should maybe consider being a co-host on one of my channels. You speak well. Anyway, I'm out, man. This was a long show. I hope people actually take the time to watch the damn thing. This was long as hell. Hit that like and subscribe button, share button, you guys. You can get me on well, no, let me just say this. Hit the like, share, and subscribe button. That helps the show. Now, this one, you can get me at Black Dragon Biker TV on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. Man, I think we just went over 60,000 on TikTok. I think that might have happened. I can't believe that happened so fast, but did we go over 60,000 yet? We were at like 59,000 last night when oh my goodness. Hot, bro. I love TikTok. Anyway, going somewhere else. Oh, no, not yet. 59,900 on TikTok. Is that cool or what? So you can get us on Black Dragon Biker TV, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and LinkedIn, and also on Twitch. So check us out there. What else? Order my books: Prospects Bible, Sergeant at Arms Bible, President's Bible, Public Relations Officer's Bible. That's what she is, a pro, or was. All available on Amazon Kindle or on blackdragonsgear.com. Join our podcast wherever you get your podcast from. The Dragon's Lair, Motorcycle Chaos, wherever you get your podcast from. We also have a Discord channel. Join our Discord channel. The link is in the description below. You can get a hold of me, Black Dragon, at blacksabbathmc.com, or call me to scream at me because you're pissed off. 404-692-0336. That's here in the studio, 404-692-0336. The new Prospects Bible is out on Audible. So if you go to the link in the description below and buy your Prospects Bible on Audible, I will make a little extra money if you get it that way. And we're always trying to make a little extra money. But this is us over there on Audible. Oh, I messed that up. There you go. Boom. So check that out, man. The Prospects Bible. It's selling off the chain. It's really crazy. So far, the ratings are all 5.0, which is the highest you can get. They rate you in the areas of overall, your performance, and your story. So out of the 9 people that have taken the time to rate me, I've only got 1 4-star in my performance. I promise to do better. And 5 stars in the story, 5 stars in the overall production value, and 4.9 stars in the performance. And I've gotten several people that have commented on it, and I really appreciate that. I'm like so thankful. And these are the reviews, 509 reviews for this book. And so for a total of 4.7 stars out of 5. I'll take that. So these are the reviews from all over the world. This guy right here, 4 stars. Oh, ouch. Ouch. I want 1 star. Damn. John Gill said on April 21st, this is basic information, and with a bit of diligence and common sense, the ideas conveyed in this book would save you the entrance fee. Author is redundant with some information. I hope his president's book is much better. Well, at least he's going to read the president's book. At least I get a second chance with that guy. So I'll take it. Ouch. You guys are mean. Oh my goodness. So I appreciate you all. And thank you so much. And just ouch. Uh-oh. Looks like Club Brother. Thank you. The audiobook giveaway. Supposed to give the audiobook away today, and that goes to who won the audiobook? Trevor Drake, the submarine sailor. And my question was, when did the AMA coin the phrase 1%er? And the fact of the matter is that although this is attributed to the AMA claims they never ever said that 99% of all bikers are law abiding, and only 1% of them are outlaws and not law abiding. And there, the rumor is, so that's where the term 1%er came from. But the AMA says we never ever said that. That's something that's been attributed to us that we never ever said. So, Trevor Drake, submarine sailor, won the book. Next question for tomorrow's giveaway of the audiobook Prospects Bible will be this. What is the true function of a motorcycle club public relations officer? I like that because I wrote a book about it. So, yeah, what is the true function of a motorcycle club public relations officer? And a lot of you guys don't actually know that answer, although you might think that you do. So we shall see tomorrow. Okay, so That's it. That's it. That's who won the book. Somebody who won the book, man. Trevor Drake won the book. All right. Appreciate you guys. All right. That's everything. Love you all. Thanks for tuning in. And hey, man, the MC works best when we all treat each other like individual pieces of precious gold. If you got women in your MC, and almost every club does, you might not have women as members, but you all have women in the MC. And they're not our sexual conquest things. They're our sisters. And if you're looking at them as your sisters, you're not trying to screw the hell out of your sister, even though she got a fat ass and looking good. It's her right to have that. We should be proud of them. That's not to say you're not going to have a torrid sexual affair or a love affair or even get married to a sister in the club. But that shouldn't be the approach to, oh man, I got to knock that down. The motorcycle club family should be treated like family. And if you treat it right, man, it's going to treat you right. Let's stop making our sisters feel like this lady here. This young lady has lost her entire extended family, and she might act like she ain't heard about it. But she started off her video with, I had a long cry last night. What the hell do you think she was crying about? She's crying about being let down. And we brothers and we men and we full patches in this club, we got to be honorable. We got to be strong. These people are looking up to us. They're looking up to our full patch. That's why they come and join our organizations. They're looking up to us. They need us to be strong for them. It's hard out here, bro. It's tough, especially these women. They need us. We need to be good. I wrote in the book President's Bible. I wrote in the book President's Bible almost my first story. The practice of brotherhood does not always pay a dividend. The practice of brotherhood does not always pay a dividend. And in this story, I talked about a girl I wanted so effing bad that was in our club. But she had another club brother as her man. And when the opportunity came for us to be together, I found it in my heart to get past my desire, my selfishness, my lust, and do what was best for the club. And still, that came back to bite me. You're not always going to be paid for doing the great right thing, but in your heart, when you know you did the great right thing, you can sleep better at night, some of us. Gio the Great, who's always known for his penchant for saying the wrong thing, said she was crying about gas prices. Get real. You guys have a great evening. Have a good one. Great afternoon. And we'll talk again tomorrow. I'm Black Dragon. That's my 2 cents. Love to hear your 2 cents in the comment section below. Thanks for tuning in and get skinny. Prepare yourself to take the helm as president of your mighty motorcycle club by delving into the pages of Black Dragon's newest book, The President's Bible, Chronicle 1, Principles of Motorcycle Club Leadership. There you will learn to advance your skills in applying the 14 scientific principles of leadership similar to those taught to officers in the United States Naval Service. Available in hardcover, paperback, and ebook. Get yours today on Amazon, Kindle, or order it at your local bookstore. Order your autographed copy from blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club president you can be. Get the book.
Get Black Dragon's first book, The Prospect's Bible, to learn how to join a motorcycle club. It has been an Amazon #1 bestseller for the past 7 years and is required reading for over 3,000 motorcycle clubs worldwide. This book is a must-have for new people venturing onto the motorcycle club set. It will teach you how to prepare yourself for service to the motorcycle club nation and show you how to qualify a motorcycle club to be worthy of your service. Available on Amazon, Kindle, and for order at your local bookstore. Get your autographed copy at blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club prospect you can be. Get the book.
All right. Now, somebody asked, how do you win the contest? You have to send an email to me, blackdragon@blacksabbathmc.com. blackdragon@blacksabbathmc.com to win the contest. What are the real responsibilities of the public relations officer in the motorcycle club? So go ahead and get me that answer so that you can win a audio book, a free audio book, Prospects Bible that I wrote in 2014 and just got the audio book done a few weeks ago. So that covers that. Appreciate you guys. Talk to you later. Take care.